What's up, y'all? I'm Hunter Doyle here from Philly Insider Podcast. And where were you when Edmundo Sosa saved the season? Maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but man, he's come up big in September, especially as of late. He's been honestly very consistent since he got here and since we brought him over from St. Louis. Defense, we knew that was going to be impressive with Edmundo Sosa. And that was something I mentioned. I made a video when we traded for him that he was going to make plays on the defensive end. That much was sure. And it's been just that in a Phillies uniform, whether it's diving plays up the middle to save a hit at shortstop, over-the-shoulder catches in foul territory at third base, or just playing left field because we need him to. He's done it all. He has 3 outs above average at third base, 2 outs above average at shortstop, an added success rate of 8% at both positions. He has at least secured himself a spot as a defensive replacement late in games. And keep in mind, this is all with limited playing time and just being here for just 1 month. Those outs above average numbers are very impressive. And for those of you who really don't like analytics, you've seen it on the eye test. He is just very athletic. He's very quick. He's rangy out there. He's making plays. He's very coordinated. It's been fun to watch. It's been good to see some good defense on that side of the infield when we need to give Bohm or Stott a break. And also, he's going to make the playoff roster because of his bat coming alive. Hopefully I'm not jinxing the playoffs right here, but his first 9 starts with the Phillies, not anything crazy, but still better than his first 4 months in St. Louis. He had 7 RBIs in 9 starts. He was hitting .278 in those first 18 games as a Philly. He had 9 strikeouts and 40 plate appearances, which was a 22.5% strikeout percentage. Still a little bit high, but I talked about it when he came here. His strikeout percentage was something that really worried me because his plate discipline was something that needed to improve. 22.5% is a drastic improvement from that 29% with the Cardinals over the full season. Obviously, much smaller sample size. So, yes, it's an improvement, but we need to consider the context here. That being said, overall, with these September games added in now, 16.7% strikeout percentage now with the Phillies. So, that could obviously fluctuate a good bit again because it's a small sample size, but he has not struck out in September. And, again, with his speed, he's going to have a chance to get on base as long as he puts the ball in play. So, if he can continue to just see ball, hit ball, make contact, give himself a chance to get on first base, that is enough. That's a huge impact for us because he's also 3 for 3 on stolen bases, speaking of speed, and he has a triple in a Phillies uniform. He had that 3-game span last week where he was 7 of 8, had 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 4 runs scored. The Phillies won 2 of those games by 1 run, and 1 of them by 2 runs. So he was making a difference in a huge way. Obviously, again, like I said, he had 3 RBIs in that one game. We ended up winning 4-3. That's the difference right there. So in these games, he's not just getting hits here and there, adding on to leads. He was literally making the difference in these games. So sweet spot percentage is also up to 34.9%. That is the highest of his career, highest it's ever been. And overall in a Phillies uniform, he has played in 23 games. He has 54 plate appearances. Again, guys, I understand it's a small sample size, but we're talking about how he's played recently. 347 batting average, 1.030 OPS, 13 RBIs, 9 runs scored, and 10 extra base hits. I don't know if this continues with his bat, but you got to ride it while it's there. You really appreciate these guys who, while they're not playing consistently, they're still able to make an impact in the games they're playing. I think there's something to be said about, we talked about Nick Williams and, how he was, obviously that his whole career is, we can talk about that another time, but as a pinch hitter, he was not as effective. For certain guys, it is tough to come off the bench cold, especially not getting consistent playing time. Sosa's not playing every day, but when you have a guy who can come off the bench, understand his role, do his job, pinch hit well, come off the bench and start occasionally and play well in those starts and make the most of it. And, yeah, just make plays on the defensive side. That is huge to have a guy like Sosa who's just been so effective. And I think it's fair to say more production than Camargo and Munoz in that utility role. Camargo could be argued. He made some nice defensive plays early in the year. He was hot at the start of the year, but I think Sosa is way better defensively. I think Camargo makes some nice highlight plays, but I think Sosa's got a lot more range, and I think Sosa is a threat to score every time he is on the base paths. So even if this doesn't continue with him, he's a pinch runner you can use as well. So I think there's definitely a little more value there. Munoz had his issues. He was good here and there, but I think Sosa and getting that utility guy, the more I look back on it, the more it really was a need. And I'm happy the Phillies addressed it. So I just wanted to shout out Sosa. He has just been incredible as of late. I hope this continues. I'm really excited to see him as the regular season comes to a close and to see what he can do in the playoffs if called upon. So let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on how Sosa's played recently? What do you expect from him moving forward? And how are you guys feeling about the Phils? I know it's been a bit since I did a Phillies video, but I thank y'all for sticking with me. Yeah, let's go Phils. Ring the bell. We will see y'all later. Peace out, y'all.